Well, today it happened again. I went out to Rebecca's office in morning. Um, there was two girls. I remember the one girl from the case for coming up and saying stuff. I thought, what are you doing clear out here? This is Warren. It's like 50 miles from where I live. And it's a good 25, 30 miles from Ravenna. And they're looking at each other and they're talking. And they said, we know none of this is funny. She almost died to save everyone. Okay. They're in their room whispering to each other. Okay. I have to drive through Ravenna to get there. By the edge of it, too. Okay. So, um, I pull over. I've been really sick to my stomach from everything. And I go in and I use the bathroom. I come back out. And I know my car is bugged from the case, and a lot of them have the login up there. And some lady went to say something smart in the bathroom. So I went out and I started playing some of my tapes, and then I da 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 da. That is, their line that they had special permission to follow me and harass me. They don't have permission from the government to stalk me. That's why the Department of Disability on Wednesday called the police on them. They didn't have where they were outside my clients last week and yelling, I had special permission from the judges to watch us because I'd be unbiased. No, they didn't. No, they didn't have special permission because those judges are not going to say we're taking people's constitutional rights away and that the state needs to pull our license as being a judge because we're irresponsible and we're abusing the people in our area. We're not taking, they will look right now and say, we're not taking away people's right to privacy, right to remain quiet, right to an attorney, right to a fair court trial, bail and bond, right not to be mistreated, and a right to privacy away. And that we need to be arrested because we're criminals. That's why the police are up there saying, well, he didn't know anything about it. Anything these people are saying. Retired Judge Pete looks like a little white Santa Claus. His picture was hanging on the wall 9/18/19 of the Ravenna Courthouse. Okay? And he was joking around with Timothy Ludick in the back. Seth's, It's supposed to be his daughter Michelle they did all this for, where Dave met her on the third day. And the sixth day they kicked in the door, and then I started waking up with bruises, and here they were date rape drugging me, and then I guess photoshopping shower scenes. It's not legal. Just because you're a judge, and a retired one to boot with no authority, you can't have your friends kick in the wife's door and stalk her. And I want you to think about this, how sick this is. My husband's cheating on me. I don't know. His new girlfriend's family, mentally ill, and they kick in my door in the first 3 days. Do you realize how psychotic they are? Start watching me. And he makes love to me. We live our lives and they're stalking us. Okay? And then he, I guess to get even, they Photoshop shower scenes, and they had the guys break in and date rape, talk me and tell me say crazy stuff. And then lie to people. They had a court order to do it. There's no such thing. No sitting judge would ever write that they're breaking all those laws. No, and then they try to lie. The police did. I went up there and the police are like, we have no idea on what these people are saying they did is illegal. Because if they do it, if they admit to it, it's automatically up to 5 years and they lose their badge automatically. Because they're not allowed to break constitutional laws. And now they're just saying we had special permission. Like they had a special little brownie button to stalk people in their home. They didn't. And nor did anybody give them permission. And retired Judge Pete and his psychotic friends that like to deal drugs and like to drug, kidnap, Photoshop people, and destroy the wife publicly for sheer entertainment for their daughter. He's mentally ill, him and his family, and the people helping out. I mean, and it's just them. Even August 11th, 22, the permit building for me, um, third one to the fence, they told them we found out it's just that family doing it to her on their own. It's just retired Judge Pete's family. Memorial Day weekend 2019 at the food counter of Walmart 62. They found it in November. Old white woman screaming it out to an African American man. For it's my daughter. Her husband dates. He met her in Ravenna when she was having a stomach spell. It's for my daughter. They did all this for. And our family watching her doing this. It's them. It's Michelle's parents. Where Dave said, my girlfriend's rich and powerful. Her family owns a police she won't be able to withstand. I told him it's not a communist country. Nobody owns a police. But who orders? Who orders a police? Judges, governor, and a president. That's it. In the United States. And so it's like it's a judge. And then it's like, it's Ludic, right? They all look like spawns of Satan. I go, and they sold the login to the police protective law case that agent started. And turned all the police up there. And they sold it to regular people. I go down to Oakland apartment on Cleveland Avenue. A lot of them have the case. They came out and said, it's actually Judge Pete. I'm like, oh, the little old white Santa Claus followed me around for 3 years. It's him. Michelle's, it's like Mancan and Canton. May 19, I go to apply. If you didn't hear John's kids right on the third step up, Dave's girlfriend isn't Shell, it's Michelle. Asked Dixie, I said, you know about Michelle? Yeah, I know about Michelle. Yeah, I've been with her in a long time. This is just her family and friends taking it out on me because all the crimes they did to me trying to get her a husband. And then you get to thinking, why would a young blonde girl with her dad having family and clout, money and clout, why would they want a 60-year-old man full of debt? Well, Dave's worth a lot of money, Dad. The house will be paid off. He has my jewelry. He has his retirement fund. He has large life insurance policy. The man is worth more dead than alive. Someone in my group that where I'm in a protective life custody thing, they already figured Dave was one of the targets. Actually, the main target. This is just them having fun at my expense. They lie to people. I have charges. I can pass an FBI background check. I just got my med cert, got a 96. Woohoo. You have to be spotless. I do home health care, gotta be spotless. And it just comes down to the point, all they do is lie. I call them I quit smoking 14 days ago. So proud of myself. I did this for me. I was smoking and I was shaking because these people have tortured me. And I would sit in my car like this. And I would shake when they drive by. And they know that. And they yell stuff to terrorize me. They've literally tortured me. And trying to take back the control. This is my life. Well, they were harassing me today. So I started giving the testimony of the gunshot night. And then leading up to being tortured, trying to get that lady help. Well, I had an asthma attack because I wasn't smoking, trying to calm down because I've been tortured. I literally quit breathing, and I actually got sick from not breathing. And I had to step out of my vehicle. I'm dumping my purse out. I'm getting my inhaler, and I literally quit breathing for a second. And it was horrible. My whole throat closed off. These people have terrorized me on ungodly levels. Being raped is one thing, and being tortured is a whole different thing. You can't get away. And then for it to be public knowledge, and people make fun of me for it, it's horrifying on ungodly levels. They didn't have a right to be in my home. Before, they didn't have a right to cut a deal with Will, and Will didn't have a right to badger me. And there's laws, Department of Justice 1729. He goes to jail for badgering me. I should have hung up with him, called the 1-800 line and say some crazy agent just called me and threatened me. If I didn't say I was lying, he was going to arrest me. I should have called the 1-800 line and they would have took care of him right away. He would have got fired on the spot. But I have been date rape drugged so many times, and you don't think clearly. And I had vital information. And he had Dave, and he knew it. That's why he called me a liar. Because, like they said, they called Will to explain Michelle. And then later on, they said that they were friends. He used his clout as a judge, a retired judge. You know, I talked to different sheriffs online, and they said judges go to jail all the time for crimes. There's no reason why that retired judge and his family is not in jail. They cannot commit crimes. They, even sitting judges, they cannot commit crimes. They go to jail all the time. Their families can't commit crimes. They go to jail all the time. No matter what, they can't do anything wrong. They go to jail. So where they just been paying everybody not to do their job, and they're in it with drug dealers. People need to start being scared how evil they really are. That they think they can pay people. One sheriff's like, do you think the mafia is involved? Because the only one that seems to get away with this is mafia, because they pay everybody off. Well, that's what they've been doing, is paying everybody not to do their job. So I've got a hold of the Department of Justice, and where they think they're going to get away with all this. So did my attorney when he lied to me that he filed the paperwork, and the state actually got around to him, and the state processed him without me, and he lost his license for a year. He has to get psychiatric help to where he thinks it's okay to lie to people and keep lying to them. And then he has to be monitored for a year when he comes back. They would just open the loony bin, shove them all in, and close the door. They're highly dangerous to society. They will break in your house. They will stalk you. They will break in your house and date rape drug you until you say something stupid. They will Photoshop shower scenes and then cause hate crimes. Domestic terrorism is a group of people formed by political or religious backing. Okay? That's where they're stemming from. And they come with harm or threats to human life to further their own ideology, their own beliefs, against the United States constitutional laws. This is domestic terrorism at its finest. And if, like the one sheriff said, this is a big case, but it's odd, but it's big. And I'll tell you what, this would be like a pay raise and a promotion to somebody. You did what? And they have him nailed. That's where, even though that agent was corrupt and he called me a liar, you confess you're lying or I'll put you in jail, when I tried to report what happened at Huntington Bank. And you know what, something? The way Huntington Bank set up, or the way what Giant Eagle and Ravenna set up on September 21st, 18, okay? There was the whole front of Giant Eagle. The far corner is where they would actually have the flu shots. Then you'd walk down, right off of that is a big long pharmacy. Then there's a bench. Then the ATM, the Huntington Bank, and then the help desk, and you walk out. Okay, that's it. So I get a flu shot. I'm walking in front of the big long pharmacy. I got dizzy, sat down on the bench. Then the voice, I can't believe she's here. I'm like, oh my God, that's the same guy as I got her. And the hood went up over his head. I stand up. I thought, where is he? And I go to walk. I turn my cart right by the ATM. He comes up behind me. I stab you right here and now if it wasn't for that security guard. And I freeze for a second. The lady with him said, are you going to go ahead and stab her? Well, I can't risk it. I wouldn't make it out because the security guard's there. And I turn my car and I go and to Huntington Bank. I want to open an account. The lady walks around me. It's a Pizza Hut lady. I get paid to watch her. The banker's like, lady, stay out of it. She's like, no, I get paid to watch her. He said, lady, I'm meaning you. Stay out of it. It's not worth it in the end. And she walks off, and the guy that tried to kidnap me, tried to carjack me, walks off around me, and they walk off together, and Dave tries to call me back, and I put him on hold and won't let him know. He just did that. Now, I ain't trying to tell that agent what happened. I told the sheriff, I said, what did I say wrong? He said, nothing. You said it perfectly. What did? Now, if he couldn't get him on Huntington Bank, he probably could have got him on the pharmacy. Because I was sitting right between them on a bench. And they would have caught him walking up behind me. They would have caught that lady, the banker screaming at her, and them walking off together. They could have got her and got his name out of her. And there was a good chance they could have got him, threatened my life. He was the same guy that tried to kidnap me and tried to carjack me. And yeah. So that agent, when I'm trying to tell him what happened, you liar, you confess you're lying or I'll put you in jail. I'm like, what? He said, I said, say it or I'll arrest you. He said, I mean it. You say you're lying or I'm going to put you in jail. It's like, fine, whatever. I should have hung up with and called the 1-800 number and said some crazy agent just called me and called me a liar when I tried to give him more information and he threatened to arrest me. And they would have called in and took care of him. Okay? But I wasn't thinking right from being date raped. Okay? Alright. Then he asked me if he has a girlfriend. I don't know. And then some guy's rambling it. He's like, stop, she don't know. And then I'll list you an informant, but you tell someone I'll list you crazy and no one can help you. My friend that worked at the prosecutor's office started giggling like a little girl. He's like, Karen, that agent had no right speaking to you, and the police can't go along with any of that. It's illegal, and they know better. And that he didn't have a right to talk to you. Department of Justice 1729. Badgering laws. If they badger you, and when you're trying to give a statement, they try to bully you, they go to jail. He didn't have a right to talk to me that way, and he's going to go to jail for it. And he didn't have a right to say if you tell someone he'll list you crazy and no one can help you. My friend from the prosecutor's office, he's like, Karen, you can tell anybody you want in any protection program. They can't say a word. And he said, and as far as the FBI, once they agree to protect you, they can't unprotect you and say good luck on your own. Failure to protect is abuse and misconduct. He said it's actually illegal for them to drop you no matter what. They can put you in a different protection program, but they can't just say, see you, bye, I hope they don't kill you. Yeah. And he said, and that agent doesn't have the authority to tell people they'll list you crazy and no one can help you. Nobody has that kind of authority. And the police know that, and they know they can't go along with what that agent said and did. It's illegal. The only thing that he did legal was list me informant and put me in police protective custody and have an officer talk to Dave and Karen around the house. State case started September 27th, 18. But yeah, these people did not have special brownie points and little brownie badges of we can stalk Karen because of Michelle. No, you can't. Matter of fact, the whole county would have to stay out. You go to jail for 1 to 10 years. Nobody's ever questioned me of wrongdoing. Nobody's prosecuted me. No, nothing. So where they run around telling people I have charges. I've never even been questioned. I call them the Pinocchio group. The liar, liar, pants on fire cult. If they want to be mean teenagers and do this to the wife, I'll tell you what, I'll be a mean 5-year-old. Liar, liar, pants on fire. I named them the Pinocchio group. They run around, oh, we put a shower scene in the other room, told you to be weird, made you look weird where you're washing. I'm like, ew, and what were you doing watching me in the shower? And then to put that scene in the other room and Photoshop it, over 10 people told the Captain Police. Over 10 people have told on him for the drugs and told to say stuff. The date rape drugs, the ecstasy, everybody knows. And everybody knows about the shower scene. Nobody finds retired Judge Pete and his dirty drug friends funny for his daughter, Michelle. Nobody finds it funny. I almost died to save my family. I'm still trying to get help down here, and this is just remember the truth. They'll try to implant lies. They'll try to steal everything you have in life. The agents are so corrupt, they'll try to steal a settlement. You know what's next? It's the field south of Ravenna, being stabbed to death. and where they tried to kill me before that it all started happening again. This would just be the big extortion plan before. They play with me like you can't beat a single woman by herself, and then you get tortured. The agents are selling the login for money, then they sell the login for money. They look at you and they tell you what they're gonna do. Do you understand? It's just retired Judge Pete, his wife and his dirty friends, and it with that church that I call. That's it. They're little drug friends. They did it on their own. He's retired with no authority. That's why nobody said anything. It was just the girlfriends, family, friends of my husband at the time because they're mentally ill. They could have paid me off. I would have left. Still trying to get help. Still praying for a miracle.